Previously on Memory for Magic, the Misfits March. Deep in the woods, our ragtag crew, Arya the Bard, Torvin the Dragonborn Werewolf, Shalangelo the Muscle Barbarian, Burr the Bugbear, and Phoenix the freshly adopted apprentice, came upon a suspicious little cottage. Naturally, instead of knocking, they argued, then snuck, then assumed murder was the best option. Inside, 2 green hags around a bubbling cauldron, singing, stirring, looking like twisted versions of Martha Stewart mid-ritual. Burr, operating on pure bugbear instinct, launched a surprise attack before anyone finished a sentence. Chaos erupted, initiative was rolled, cauldron fumes exploded, the hags fought back, with spells, illusions, and unsettling mimicry. Then the offers began. The hags, full Disney villain mode, purred out their bargain. Give us a memory of your greatest love, and we'll give you secrets, powers, weaknesses of your enemies, or magical boosts. Cue the emotional debate. Arya. My trauma is precious, thank you. Torvin. What if I give up my love for gold? Burr. I used to love a rock. Does that count? Phoenix. Reading quietly but clearly about to get cursed. First up was Burr. Impulsive, fearless, and the chaotic engine driving the plot forward. He wanted to know the paladin's weakness. But the price? A memory. Would he forget his friends, the raccoon, the rock he dropped on his foot? Turns out the trash panda got the short end of the deal. Burr would forget his furry companion. But hey, rocks don't die. So what did he get in return? The secret to bringing down the paladin, no fists required. If only Burr were better with words. After much back and forth, Arya sacrificed her memory of her beloved grandfather, the only hero she ever loved, and the one who inspired her bardic path. The memory literally ripped from her soul, turned into green smoke, and was devoured by the hags like a soul smoothie. Phoenix, glowing with sudden power, stood up and whispered, I'd like to try something. The hags. Not in here, sweetie. You take that outside. They left the hut, the hags now weirdly full and smug. As the group made camp nearby, Arya stared back at the hut the whole night, empty inside but pretending it was fine. The next morning, the group set off again, but the woods had changed. Little lights flickered above the flowers, a fey magic fog settled in. Fairies, someone whispered. Or something worse. Something worse. A bone fairy emerged, skull-faced, predatory, and hungry for bones. Burr launched a sneak attack, stabbing the creature for massive damage. Then it bit back, literally. It sucked the bone out of Burr's foot, cleanly, like a noodle. His foot went flat. He screamed. Everyone panicked. But Burr had a re-roll, rewinding time, saving his foot by sheer force of narrative power. The bone fairy vanished like a nightmare. Using detect magic and a handful of dirt, Arya made its form show, and then Phoenix struck. The kid, newly gifted with once-a-day magical power, saw his moment. The utterance of a single word, kill, the bone fairy fell. Everyone was stunned. Burr cheered, Shalangelo stared, Arya whispered, That's my boy. Burr, easily impressed, sees the skull of the bone fairy and promptly uses it as a face mask. Perhaps he thinks people won't see him now. Phoenix took a tooth as a trophy. Arya offered wings instead, maybe something that wouldn't cause the tooth fairy to get angry about the death of her cousin. He declined. She got worried, so Arya made the tooth into a necklace. Then came the final boss, a rickety old rope bridge over a raging canyon river. Burr crossed first. Easy. Arya followed. Immediate disaster. She nat-1'd her crossing. Leg went through a plank. Got stuck sideways like a cartoon character mid-trap. Another nat-1, and the bridge's left side breaks, and Arya is hanging sideways. Now it's just one fraying rope holding her up. Torvin tries to levitate her. It works for 0.5 seconds before gravity reasserts itself. She drops like a fancy stone, still stuck, still sideways. Meanwhile, Phoenix the apprentice starts tying a rope to a tree and prepping to help. Arya, full mom mode. No, Phoenix, stay back. He doesn't listen, which is now canon. He tiptoes across the remaining rope like a ballerina wizard, having rolled an 18, and becomes the first person on the other side with a working brain. Torvin ties a rope to himself to help Arya while she dangles in panic. Tension rose as ropes were thrown, trees were tied, multiple people were tied to each other like a weird friendship cult. Arya nearly died, but she pulled her foot out and shimmied across with grace. Torvin makes a heroic run to the other side, narrowly avoiding his own issues with planks. Burr reinforces the bridge from his side, looping extra ropes and tying them to trees. The bridge now looks like a chaotic art project made by kindergartners with too much twine. Now, Shalangelo's turn. He steps on the bridge. It explodes under him. He slams into the river below. A 450-pound turtle now skiing through rapids, clinging to a rope, shouting, "Why am I in the water?" Torvin and Arya both brace and pull like medieval tug-of-war champions. They manage to hold the rope steady as Shalangelo flails. The party hauls him in foot by foot, mud and water flying. And just when you think things are safe, Phoenix sinks into quicksand. Yes, of course he does. His feet are locked in swampy suction like a magical Roomba stuck in mud. Phoenix: "I'm fine. I just can't move or help. Or really do anything." He's cool with it. The party is not. Arya rushes to make a makeshift bridge out of swamp trees using Burr's axe. They start chopping trees and building the most desperate lumber-based rescue in D&D history. Meanwhile, Shalangelo attempts to climb up the side of the gorge. He rolls okay, then slips. The rope snaps tight, he's swinging again. Torvin catches the rope just in time. They haul him up. He's now exhausted, soaked, and probably hates bridges forever. Final rolls go flying. Arya lassos Phoenix's 18. Phoenix grabs it and leans into the pull, 18 again. The party all pulls at once. Phoenix pops out of the muck like a cork from a swampy wine bottle. Everyone collapses. Covered in mud, breathing hard. Shalangelo is cold. Torvin is exhausted. Arya is casting prestidigitation non-stop to clean everyone. Burr is still chewing something questionable. The bridge is broken. Phoenix is freed. The party is alive. Barely. As they camp near the swamp's edge and cut the final rope behind them, Burr says, "What else could go wrong?" Arya: "Don't say that." Next time on Swamp Songs and Sinking Sorcerers, will the team rest peacefully? Will Burr think before he attacks? Will Torvin find a way to steal that golden horn from Arya? Will Arya giving her memory so Phoenix gains party-killing power bite them in the arse? Will Shalangelo develop aquaphobia? Will Phoenix learn anything from that book? Stay tuned.